Very good. There we go. Hello, this is Greg Fan Book of Greg's Mind, and we are gonna be, well, I'm gonna be editing this chapter because at some point I will be adding quite a bit to it, but I wanted to redo it for the time being. But to start off with, I wanted to bring up the dream I had last night, which prompted me for putting this idea in this chapter. And that dream is, so in my videos and earlier in my videos and that art streams, I mention a feedback loop, and this feedback loop that we are all a part of, that we all like cause for ourselves, is that any thoughts that we have has to play out in some shape or form, in some reality. And so the thought that I had, and I feel bad for my lower self, which had to face this or deal with it, is, so we all know the Jurassic Park movies, in particular Jurassic Park 2. There is a scene where two Tyrannosaurus Rexes go to the what is it? The camper that the people are in, that because they took the baby T-Rex and are trying to help it, and then they give it back. But basically this happened at my house in this past reality, in a lower version of myself who was afraid of everything. And so in the dream, I basically woke up in my bedroom. I heard these things outside the house. I went into the hallway. I heard my dad down the stairs talking with someone on the porch. So to me, so he was talking to someone on the porch, so he was outside with these things. And I went into my sister's bedroom, which is now a guest bedroom, but I saw the T-Rexes outside the window, like they were looking in, which, like, I was crawling on the ground basically in this dream, crawling on the carpet. And then because I saw it out there, I ran back into the hallway, or I crawled back into the hallway into my parents' bedroom on the far right of the house. And how my parents' bedroom is set up is there's a window like right as you open the door, and I saw another one out there. And so I'm terrified of these things, and I go into my mother's closet, and I just hide out there while these T-Rexes are out there. And the thing is, so this is a past life memory of mine. So it's not merely a dream, it's a past life memory. And so by me thinking I want to experience this, a past life version of myself got to experience it, and they were terrified of it. And that is to say, like, we don't want dinosaurs around right now. They're big, they're bulky, if my dad was out there talking with them, to me, the dinosaur sounds like just huge cows. So, but regardless, I was terrified of them. But that prompted me to put what I'm going to put in this particular chapter, because it reminds me of that scene. So without further ado, I know there's editing in this chapter, so it's not going to be purely me reading, but I am going to be reading some and then editing where it needs to be edited. Because I know I was reading it before I started the stream, and there's editing needs to be done. So I shall begin. So this is from Charlotte's point of view. It's so Charlotte's perspective, and I should probably call her Charlotte just in the beginning because they call her Lottie later on. Well, it's more her nickname, and yeah. So Charlotte perspective. There we go. So this is Charlotte's perspective. This is like one of the opening chapters to last fall. So let's see. It's not going to be chapter 2 because I know I'm going to add at least like a chapter or two before even chapter 1 and before even, well, not before the prologue, but before even chapter 1. So months pass as fall turns to winter and snow falls. The Christmas spirit filling the home as decorations have already gone up, but we're still a few weeks from the actual celebration. Our tree remains bare in Father's study at this time. Let's see. So Miss Colleen has taken down the drawings we all wished upon, and I get my drawing of I got my drawing of my classmates and I swimming with the half-moon betta fish back. Well, Sasha receives her drawing of everyone with butterfly wings and flying over the rooftops. This was fun, my sister mouthed to me from across the room, holding up her picture to me. So they were I think they're at school when she does that. Let's see, I nod, but what I am worried about is Papa. He lacks any sort of imagination and has always been stern about that. He denied my claim to have actually done what I said I did. I feel taking this picture home, but I know my mama will love it and she'll be picking us up today. So this is taken, but the setting is just after, or it's either just after or just during World War II, and basically an alternate timeline, so the dates don't quite add up or to what we know. But I don't think I ever bring up the dates because they don't really matter right now, or they don't matter in the story. So the day comes and goes during class, and by 1400, so that's 2 o'clock. So by 2 o'clock, Sasa and I are waiting Mama to pick us up. She comes and is as soft-spoken as usual, but smiles at the drawing Sasa did a few weeks ago, and I show her mine when she frowns. Mama, why is Papa so adamant? I think I spelled that out. That I didn't see that. I think so. In the previous chapter, she brings up the dream to her dad, and her dad flat out denies it, or basically says it's just a dream. It's not real. So we go into like real and not real during the entire story. Let's see. That I didn't see that. I think that's what she is thinking, but it's unlike her to find. She pulls away from the school and drives us home in silence. Even though I urge her, she remains mute. Mama, I say, uh, Mama, I saw that. I state again, and she tells me to hush. Sasha, I turn to her. I even saw that. I saw your wish come true. I said, hush, Charlotte. Mama is stern and raises her voice, even using my full name. Don't speak further on the matter. So, like, they're good parents, but they're just stern. Let's see. I closed myself off a little to my mama that day, and my willingness to share things with either of them closes too. Something telling me the way they're acting is wrong. Who they are wrong. A parent shouldn't so dismissively trample upon their own daughter's creativity. We get home and Papa is still at work. But Mama gets busy in the kitchen with cooking tonight's meal. We head to our room upstairs where snow begins to fall. Placing my drawing on my desk next to my bed, I pull out some cards from an upper drawer and we do games with one another when Mama comes upstairs to our room with a box. So, do I say both Sasha and Holger up? With cooking. Sasha and I. So Sasha is the younger sister to Charlotte. Uh, I'm now making that clear. Then Sasha, yeah. Forgive my pronunciation. And I had to room upstairs, so they have a joint room as well. Girls want to help me decorate the tree. A rare occasion where we can enter Father's study. We both nod and smile at the thought. Sure, the two of us could go in unison. Sure. Camera. Yeah, that's correct. Okay. Leaving the room, she leads us down the long hall. A bathroom is on the right, while a second door on the left leads to our parents' master room. The fourth being a closet which contains decorations and other random stuff that doesn't go anywhere else in the house or is no longer used. Yet at the end of the hallway, a door which leads to a grand staircase. Okay, wait. At the end of the hallway, we enter a door which leads to a grand staircase and down into the largest room of our entire home. Oh, wait. See, this is why we're going to be editing, or where we're going to be editing. So, large room into our entire home. We get... Okay, yet at the end of the hallway, a door that will lead, okay, because they haven't entered it, that will lead to a grand staircase and down into the largest room of our entire home. Sasha, get the door for your mother, Mama says to her, and she grabs the handle, turning it, and we head inside. We're at the top of a balcony that overlooks the interior. I hardly ever get the chance to come into his study this way, so I look around the sequential arches that line the wall. Yeah, it's that. I think it's a ES. Arches that line the walls And the two-story window plane that overlooks the backyard is beautiful from here. Plane. Is it plane or panel? I don't know. Beautiful. And the full moon gleaming in the night skies filters into the room as Mama flips a switch, and the two chandeliers that hang over the sides of the staircase bloom to light. Okay. So I think I wrote the entrance twice, so I need to back out or like edit that part. Sasha and my mama make the way down the stairs, but I pause seeing rows of canvas paintings that are stacked against the wall, and balcony railing to my left. A side of the balcony that leads to just a wall with an inlaid bookshelf that contains many books. To my right, much the same, but a glass doorway leading out to a balcony outside encased in a white metal balcony. I say balcony like 3 or 4 times here. What the crap? So while writing, you don't want to say the same word like 5 different times. It's just bad. So I'm gonna try editing that. So I saw my mom making the paintings that are stacked against the wall and balcony railing. And railing. So we can delete one there. Against the wall and railing to my left. A side of the balcony that leads to a wall with an inlaid bookshelf that contains to my left. So pausing a row of canvas paintings that are stacked against the wall. Railing. Okay. So basically I want to combine them. Those canvas paintings that are stacked against a wall. Wait, what? No, not that. Let's see, how do I want to do this? The wall and railing. And railing. Railing. Wait, no. I wanna. And so wall and railing. Because don't I always say inlaid bookshelves? No, I don't. To my left. So. Yeah, editing takes time. To my left. To my left. I'm having a brain fog. So I don't have canvas paintings that are stacked against the wall. And railing to railing. This side. Okay, but pause. Turning to my left and seeing and seeing rows of canvas paintings that are stacked against the wall and railing that overlooks the room. Period. Looks the room. Overlooks the room. The room. A inlaid bookshelf that contains many books sits that contains many books right behind it and right behind it, and to my right, much the same. Okay, so Sasha and my mama make their way down the stairs, but I pause, turning to my left and seeing rows of canvas paintings that are stacked against the wall beneath an inlaid bookshelf that contains many books. Okay, so we can actually take that out. It overlooks the room. Period. No. And try to avoid using "and" at the beginning of a sentence that contains so. But I pause, turning to my left and seeing rows of canvas paintings that are stacked against the wall beneath an inlaid bookshelf that contains many books. And that contains many books. And railing that overlooks the room. I don't think we need to have that part. So I pause, turning to my left and seeing. So, well, I do need to add that part because I want people to know that there's like on the left side, it's an opening into the room with a railing. So I pause, turning to my left and seeing. So I pause, turning to my left along the railing overlooks the study. That overlooks the study. Okay. And seeing rows of canvas painting that are stacked against the wall beneath an inlaid bookshelf that contains many books. To my right, much the same, but a glass doorway leading out to a balcony outside. That glass doorway. It takes time to edit. To my right, much the same, but a glass doorway leading outside to a balcony encased in white metal bars that has a table and chair for two at. White metal bars that has a table for two. There are also bookshelves inlaid in the wall with many books, so I don't need to include that because I've already said that, but that's only on the left side. So, but I do need to include that because it's like a library of sorts. It's here for two hats. against against the back wall are more inlaid shelves with books on them. There we go. So saying the same thing but slightly differently. I approach the paintings as the one. Okay, I approach the paintings as the ones that are out front are of two people ice skating. They look to be in their late 20s, a man and a woman. I can hear echoes of their laughter as. Yeah, I can hear echoes of the laughter when I hear a crack. Movement begins to happen as I watch the two skate when a crack forms in the ice, and I stare at the one next to it as if something is. Okay, as cracks form in the ice. And I direct my attention at the next one as next one as if something bad is going to happen. Those sounds quickly dwindle as I hear the ghostly wail from the canvas next to it. By this one, as I can hear the burning of fires and the roaring of winds, a skeleton on a huge, I'm gonna put huge, skeleton on a cloud, a figure 8 before it as ghosts look to be turning within the figure 8. I see 5 bodies lying around the ground as if taken from a different painting, and then in the corner abreast the cloud, a baby bundled in pink cloth. Let's see. Charlotte, my mama, has come back up the stairs and grabs my arm. Come along now. I stare back at the paintings. I thought they were moving. I thought I saw. Okay, so she's speaking. So I thought they were moving. I thought I saw. That. Mama stares at me, and I know to hush. Sorry. So, it's not your fault. She leads me. Okay, so it's not your fault. She leads. She leads me downstairs to where Sasha has already opened one of the boxes and has gotten out some of the ornaments. Lights already on the tree. They are turning on. Will I hang my head? Lights already on the tree. She plugs them in the tree. She plugs them in and they turn on. Will I hang my head low and go for the box as well? My mama grabbing another one of the chairs near the fireplace that has been stoked by her. So my mama grabbing another one of the chairs near the fireplace, stoking the fire, potting the fire. No. Potting the embers of the fire as she adds another log. Okay, my mama grabbing one of the shadows. So you can't do two actions at once that contradict each other. Prodding. Okay, so we can do this. So prodding them was. Let's see. My mama walking over to the fireplace and prodding the embers of the fire as she adds another log before, there we go, before grabbing another one of the chairs near the fireplace. Walking over before grabbing another one of the chairs near the fireplace. Before grabbing one of the chairs. So that she can stand on. Okay. Well, we decorate the tree. There we go. Okay. Let's see. Lightning strikes outside, causing us both to scream as the power goes out in the house, and we hear a commotion from Mama, who rushes up the stairs with a flashlight in her hand. So this is where like I like merged two chapters and I didn't like fully edit them together as they should be. So long. So how do I want to keep this? Because we're already in the study, so we don't need to go back into the study. Let's see. And okay, so lightning strikes outside, causing us both to scream as the power goes out in the house. And we hear a commotion from Mama, who rushes. And we hear a commotion from. Okay, so they're already in the study. They're already walking on the tree. How do I want to put this? So let's see if we. She opens the door. I'm just seeing if any of this is necessary because we're already in this study. As the weather outside continues to worsen. Let's see, just as dark as tonight, and the lightning strikes a lake. Oh, okay. So I'm remembering how I wrote this, and this part is before. Wait, maybe I don't know. So, but I want to keep all this. This part I'm not sure entirely I need. So let's see, lightning strikes outside. Power goes out. We hear a commotion. So power goes out in the house and a few bulbs on the tree shatter, causing Mama to grab Sasha, causing Mama to grab Sasha quickly and getting her away from the tree as she calls me over to the fireplace. Quickly. Your eyes quickly. Okay, calls mama. Okay, wait. Another one of the chairs so that she can stand on while we decorate the tree. Causing mama to drop the chair. Drop chair. And grabbing Sasha quickly and getting her away from the tree as she calls me over to the fireplace. Yeah. So they just put fire on the fireplace, so we don't need this. Let's see. Let me take our cards. I'm excited. Then I actually want to real quick open up because what I tend to do is I have a document just for sections of the story that I have taken out in case I want to go back and revisit them. And good. So I want to make sure that like I'm not going to necessarily display this screen. So we're going to put doing, and then we're gonna copy what I'm probably taking out a lot of this, then we're gonna move it over there. So I don't know right now. So how far down are we gonna go? She sees me thinking at the top stuff grabbing my arm, pulling me down to trying things. Sees me, then she pulls me down to the ground. Okay, so maybe we can start here. Small. So we're gonna move all that here. And then we are gonna actually delete that from here. Okay, there we are. So not a big section, but still, if I don't need it, I don't need it. Okay, so we don't need a small stack of woods. So we don't even need that. Actually, I'm gonna do Z, Control C, and then what did I do? Oh. Okay. So we don't need this because no, we can add this above here. So She adds another log, not long. From log from a small stack of wood that sits log from a small stack of wood that sits by the there's like a bench, so I guess a bench before the fireplace, so don't know how I want to describe that, but actually I can look up parts of a fireplace. Huh. Well, no, the fireplace that I'm used to actually has like it's upper level, so you can like sit in front of it, and then there's the fireplace. It's not like built into the ground. Oh well. Let's pull that up. And then, where was it? Where were we at? Okay, so ITO, so a little long from a small stack of wood that sits by the bench and the bench on the resin fire brick on the resin brick fireplace before grabbing one of the. Okay, so causing Mama to drop the chair and snagging. Salsa quickly and getting her away from the tree as she calls me over to the fireplace. There we go. A few stacks. So actually we can of the file from audio from the day before for any embers of life, and when she finds them, she adds. There we go. That looks much better. Sits fire bench on the resin brick fireplace before grabbing another one of the chairs so that she can stand on while we decorate the tree. So lightning strikes outside, and we can completely remove this because we don't need it anymore. And then I also wanna, so to set the mood we need to include that the skies are darkening outside. So where do we have the window panel that we talk about? And the two-story window panel that overlooks the full moon gleaming in the night sky. So gleaming in the night skies filters into the room as Mama flips a switch, and the two chandeliers that hang over the side of the staircase bloom to light. And minutes. No, wait. Full in the full moon. So how can we add that there is a storm going on outside if I've already... Like, I mean, I know I can just put that in, but I want to, like, capture the mood, basically. It overlooks the backyard. Is beautiful from here. And the full moon gleaming in the night skies filters into the room. As Mama flips a switch, and the two full moon gleaming in the night skies filters into the room. But clouds cross its path, dampening the glow as... Okay, so something, so that we know that something is gonna happen. So we have we have that. So now we get so lightning strikes out. So yeah, okay, so because lighting inside, don't notice that the door outside, that the weather outside has gotten worse. Lightning, okay, worse, period. Lightning strikes outside, causing us all to scream as the power goes out in the house and a few bulbs on trees shadow. Okay. Getting her away from the tree as she calls me over to the fireplace. Okay, so do we need to talk about the wooden desk? Calls me over to the fireplace. Spinning. I get sleepy and see that. Okay, so now we have the magical aspect to it. Okay, so what I want to do is I want to set, so I don't describe the moon, the room much. So I want to make sure. Okay, so I can add this before. Okay, so what's Charlotte doing? Well, come along now. It's not your fault. Salsa has already opened one of the boxes that has got lights already on the trees. She plugs them in as they turn on. While I hang my head low and go to the ornate wooden desk. Yeah. go to the go to my papa's ornate wooden desk and other stuff with papers and other stuff on top as I sit down. Not in the... Okay, I say sit down. Annoyed with my mama. With my mama. Annoyed with my mama. She doesn't notice this as she walks over to the fire. Okay, she doesn't notice it. One of the chairs so that she can stand on while they decorate the tree. And she notices my defiant. And she knows this is my defiance. I don't want to use that strong of a word. Let's go to the source. So defiant. I spelled that incorrectly. Let's do no, this is my crude. Crude sounds good. Behavior. No, this is my crude behavior. Crude behavior. Behavior as I spin on the chair and look outside. And outside, comma, an ominous feeling rolling up inside of me. Rolling up inside of me. There we go. It takes a while for a perfect paragraph to come out. And that sits my bench with papers and other stuff on top as I sit down. Wait, do I say it's a spinning chair? And I go to my papa's ornate desk with papers and other stuff on top of it as I sit down on the dating and spinning. Actually, is there an exact name for them? Spinning chairs. Swivel. That's the word. Okay. Okay, so on the swiveling chair. Swiveling. W-I-L-V-E. Why isn't that going? S-W-I-V-E-L. Okay, S-W-I-V-E-L. Swiveling chair. Line with my mama. Paragraph. There we go. Let's see. She doesn't notice. She doesn't notice that. Doesn't notice me as she walks. She doesn't notice as she drops my hand on my arm at the bottom of the steps and walks over to the fireplace, prodding the embers of the fire. I hate editing a blank page, or I mean not even editing. I hate writing a blank page. What I do enjoy is editing. So I far more enjoy the editing process than the writing process, because I already have something there. It's far easier to write and edit than whatever. As I spin on the chair and look outside, an ominous feeling rolling up inside. Okay, wait. Ember of life when she finds them. She adds another log from a small stack of wood that sits by on a bench. Sits by the bench on the risen brick fireplace before grabbing another one of the chair so that she can stand on while they decorate the tree. And she notices my crude behavior as I spin on the. I don't say that she spins twice. I spin on the chair and look outside. An ominous feeling welling up inside of me as the moon has all but vanished because of darkening clouds. Lightning. Oh, wait. Okay. Now we do this. So we take out that section and we put this in. So lightning strikes outside, causing us all to scream as the power goes out in the house and a few bulbs on the tree's shadow, causing Mama to drop the chair and try and drop the chair and try to protect Sasha from the shattering glass as she quickly pause her away from the tree and she calls me over to the fireplace. For annoyance for stone face quickly face changing to one of boy. Her stone face changing to one of boy. Over the matter of moments as the fire casts shadows on SHA shadows on her face. Shadows on her face. Period. So we again don't need to add this. And face. Mama. Face. Okay, causing them to scream, causing them. So Charlotte doesn't scream, they scream. So Sasa and her mom, causing them to scream and the power goes out. And they threw bombs on the tree's shadow. Mama drops the chair and rushes to try and protect Sasha. And Russia drops the chair and rushes. Yeah. Face. Standing and acknowledging my mother's whim. I walk over to them as she is looking over my sister for any cuts from the glass that shattered. Period. She looks unharmed, and I ask if I should go back to my room to get the playing cards since we're without electricity. She nods. I'll grab a flashlight. Sasha, do you flashlight? Sasha, do you want to wait here or come with me? She then clings closely to our. She smiles and sits before the fireplace. It's warm. Yeah, so I'll wait. There we go. me, so I'll wait. Okay. She looks unarmed, and I ask if I should go back to my room to get the playing cards. And yep, she nods. Okay, I have to. Yep. So I'm gonna. How much more do I have of this? I still have a whole page. And it's also told me, so I'll wait. We both head for different rooms as Mama takes a downstairs. No, wait. OBS, are you okay? It looks okay. Okay. Standing and acknowledging my mom's whim, I walk over to them as she is looking over my sister for any cuts from the glass that's shattered. She looks unharmed, and I ask if I should go back to my room to get the playing cards and so out of electricity. She nods. I'll grab a flashlight. She smiles and sits before the fireplace. I'll grab a flashlight. She smiles and walks over to the desk. Walks over to the desk as I leave the room. It's warm here, so I'll wait. Sasha adds as she remains where she is at, sitting in front of the fireplace. Okay, sitting in front of the fireplace, I entered, leaving the room. I get the cards off the floor. I get the scattered cards off the floor, stack them neatly before leaving my room and heading back to the study. And as I do, lightning strikes again, and as the lightning strikes again, and okay, and I see a beast outside the tall window. That's front and center of the grand staircase. leading into the study. Period. Into the study. In awe, I drop the playing cards as they so I already used scattered. I don't want to use scattered again. I get the cards. I pick up the cards off the floor and stack them neatly before leaving the room, and head back to the study. And as I do, and head back to the study, entering the room. And as I do, lightning strikes again, and I see a tall and white beast outside the window. The two-story window that's front and center of the grand staircase leading down into the study. In awe, I drop the playing cards, which scatter, then rushing over to the window, I begin pointing. Mama, look at that horse. It has wings and a horn. Okay, so I wanna put that description. So a tall and white beast that flashes in the lightning period. It looks to have a horn and wings. Period. Looks to have horn. Okay. That flashes in the lightning outside the two-story window. That flashes in the lightning outside of the two-story window. Period. It looks to have horns and wings as it is gone the next second. As it is gone the next second. Okay, let's see. I do. Wait. Entering the room okay, so neatly before leaving my room and heading back to the study, entering the room as I do, lightning strikes again, and I see a tall and white beast that flashes from the lightning. Okay, entering the room. As I do, lightning strikes again, and I see that flashes outside. Outside the two-story window. it looks to have a horn and wings as it is gone the next second. And then, okay, so how do I put this in? I pick up the cards off the floor into the room and leading down the grand staircase. So entering the room and stepping down down the grand and staircase. Staircase. And stepping down the grand staircase as I do. Entering the room and stepping down the grand staircase. Common lightning strikes again, and I see a tall white beast that flashes outside the 2-story window. It looks to have horns and wings and is gone the next second. So I already put the 2-story window. So we don't need this. Period. In all, I dropped the playing cards with Scandal. On and over the banister of the staircase and rush over to the window. When I was over to the window, I begin pointing. Mama, look at that horse. It has wings and a horn. A larger than average with another strike, S-T-R-I-K-E, strike of lightning. The beast remains now a larger than average horse with a white body and white wings and a zigzag horn steps before the window as I stare. Okay, so it's already in front of the window. So, Torns, white wings, Torns its face, taunts its head, and stares, stares inside, and stares inside, inside, as if looking for something. Okay, then why did I put that twice? As if looking for something, period. My sister looks towards the window as well, and her face lights up, rushing over to me. It's so pretty. It looks like it can fly. It's as white as the snow. Gauze, stop making up stories. There is nothing out there. There's nothing out there. The beast looks directly at my mama now, as now. As one of the upper window fog planes, has fog form from the creature as it breathes, and my mama looks at that, then squints her eyes. There we go. What is that? Another lightning strikes the ground just outside as both my mama and Sasha scream. I marvel at it, looking towards the ground, but there is too much snow to tell whether it left hoofprints or not. Did you guys just see that? It looked like a Pegasus, some mythical creature. Mama, okay, there was a side door that I wanna have open, cause like, that alarms them. Let's see. As it breathes, and my mama looks at that, then squints her eyes. What is that? Another lightning strikes the ground just outside, as both my mama and Sasha scream. Well, a side door blows open. Well, a side door blows open from outside. Well, I marvel at it, looking towards the ground. Okay, so. Let's see, my mama eyes widen as she takes off. Stay here, girls. The door downstairs now opens as she rushes as she goes to close the outside door that just opened. Let's see. Stay here, girls. The opposite door. Opposite door downstairs now opens. Okay, the opposite door downstairs now opens as the lights shudder before coming back on, and we look around. My papa just now walking into his study frowning. What are you all doing in my study? My mother down the stairs. Okay, let's see. Stay here. My mother. Okay, I want to stop using rush so many times. What other words can I use for rush? Again, the source. Rush. Scrambles. Maybe we can use scrambles. My mother scrambles past my papa without a word and up the stairs as she looks through. As she looks through the canvases that my papa has painted. Cactus. Canvases. Canvases that my papa has painted. Coming back down the stairs with one of them in her hands and stares out the window again. Dear, she struggles to speak as she hands the canvas to Papa. I think this just happened. I rush around my Papa so I can see the painting. It's of a Pegasus in the snow outside. A large window as a girl stands at the top of the steps, much like this room. Outside, lightning strikes the Pegasus horn and rains down around it. But I also see the black scribbles over the painting. So the black scribbles are Eustace, which is the name of the Papa, like scribbling out the painting he drew. But I also see the black scribbles over the painting. Now even you're talking nonsense. Do all of you need to go to an asylum? He storms over to the fireplace and tosses the canvas in. All of you leave my study. I see his face reddening, but he remains calm, though I know he's mad. We saw this, I yell, and he spins behind him, backhanding. Okay. That lets YouTube or my internet do its thing, being stupid. We saw this, I yell, and he spins behind him, backhanding my cheek as he does, and I fall to the floor with a busted lip, glaring at him. He does not, Eustace does not mean to do this. This was entirely on accident. He pauses, staring at his hand. His hand as if he didn't mean to hit me. Then he yells, "Leave." He yells, "Leave. Leave." Leave. Mama goes to grab Sasha and hurries over to me, taking my hand before we head out the downstairs doorway as we hear coughing from within the now closed door and storming up the steps. Sasha nods as Mama pulls me back up the stairs to the canvas I saw. Okay, and then again I added stuff and then I took stuff out, and now I need to take stuff out again. Doorway as we hear coughing from within and the now closed door and storming up the steps. So, do I need any of this? Okay, so we stare at the many canvases technically, but use this. So let's jump until so this is just like a little bit of lore that I added in that don't necessarily need here. What do I wanna let's see, well, Okay, let's see. So we don't even need this either, so. He doesn't believe anymore, Ayato. Mama pulls out a let's see, don't let your door lance open and 9-inch sacks. Yeah, it's Papa Anderson. So he doesn't believe anymore. Ayador. I think in the next chapter I actually let me pull that up real quick before. So where's 3? Is this it? Let's see, good, that didn't pop up, good. Okay, so chapter 3 begins right after this event, so I don't need to add too much more. So let's see, he doesn't believe anymore, Ayato. Ayato. I hear crashing coming from the room, coming from behind the closed doors as I get the feeling Papa is throwing the rest of his paintings into the fireplace. And actually, let's see, what did I put here? Okay, so maybe I didn't need this. Fireplace. Mama continues to tow us away from the door and down the hall. Eustace was once an avid painter. Let's see. Avid painter, but once the draft started, he went to. But once the draft started, he had to join the military. Let's see. Took the job. He joined the military. And when he came home, he wasn't the same. He lost his friends lost his friends in action, and he no longer could create this wonderful images, these wonderful paintings that I fell in love with. Lost his friends in action, and he no longer could create his wonderful paintings. Paintings that I fell in love with. It's and it's on. Yeah, paintings that I fell in love with. I have with my hand to my lip trying to prevent. Okay, no. Yeah. Biting my lower lip trying to prevent blood from oozing out. I consider I think I understand my papa a little more. I think I understand my papa a little more. Biting. Okay, so maybe I'm not gonna put that part here. The part I was thinking about, because I mean, I spent the entire time editing. So I think this is good. Like I think this is what, like, I mean, it needed to be edited sooner or later. So editing is another word for that. I don't know, but yeah, it needed to be edited sooner or later. So this is what I edited today instead of. So I don't know. Maybe I'll add the other part to a different chapter, but I don't think it actually fits here as I thought it could have. So if you liked the video, or if you liked my streaming, like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and we will talk to you all later. Whatever time of day it is for you, day or night, whatever. So see you all later, and ciao.